Hello, my name is Caroline from Intersoft Systems, the company behind the market-leading software FinPower Connect. Today we're introducing a recently integrated product from Centrix New Zealand called SmartID with Biometrics. We already have a number of Centrix products integrated with FinPower Connect, such as consumer credit reports, business credit reports, comprehensive credit reporting, vehicle ownership checks, monitoring, and more. SmartID was already an option before version 4.0.01, but now it is enhanced with the new biometric option. Biometric verification has really taken off in the past few years as a way to identify your potential clients quickly and accurately, aiding in a lender's ability to comply with anti-money laundering, counter-financing of terrorism legislative requirements, and adding that additional layer of protection to help eliminate fraudulent lending applications from proceeding. Centrix SmartID with Biometrics provides you with a safe and reliable way of automating customer identity verification, and the optional biometrics provide your customers with the ease of completing a reliable identity verification process from the comfort of their own home or on their smartphone. From a lender's perspective, the request and results can be sent and received from within FinPower Connect, streamlining the identification portion of the onboarding process. The process as an overview looks like this. The client is sent the request, they take a photo of their ID, complete the liveness check, confirm the details on the screen, and click Submit. It's as easy as that. So without further ado, we'll show you just how simple this is. Starting from the Credit Inquiry Wizard, either from the Client menu or directly from the Client form, like I'm going to do today, we simply select the Biometric Verification option from the product list, making sure that, of course, our service is set to Centrix New Zealand first. Next, we are presented with the client's personal details to check, and that we have the correct mobile number, and click Next. We're then presented with the warning about the inquiry incurring a cost as expected. Click Yes, and the request has been sent. Easy peasy. We can see from our FinPower Connect credit inquiry that the request has been sent, and we have an Update Status button to track how the borrower is getting on with the request, so follow-up can be undertaken if necessary. Now, with the wonder of technology, we're going to see what the borrower experiences. My lovely assistant for today is Chris, another member of our support team, and we're going to watch him process this in real time. So here we can see a text message has been received. Chris is now going to go ahead and open the message, which clearly states it is from Centrix and requesting the borrower to click on the link to start the SmartID verification process. Once the link is clicked, the user is prompted to read and accept the privacy terms. Next, the user selects their ID type, clicks Next, and can either select a photo or take a photo of their identification. In the background, the optical character recognition will read and capture the details on the ID, adding to the simplicity for the user and the reduction in errors that can occur when information is being manually keyed in. Once that's complete, the biometric liveness test is completed. There are instructions for the user on how to complete this effectively, for example, not wearing a hat or sunglasses, and following the instructions prompted on screen, which may be things like turn your head to the left or smile. Next, the interpretation of the text from the picture of the identification is confirmed and can be adjusted if needed. Then the address details, and then the user simply clicks Submit. So as you can see, from a user point of view, it's very easy to complete and a fast, painless process. Now back into FinPower Connect, if we click the Update button, we can see the report has been completed. The information contained is returned from Centrix and gives an overall assessment outcome. Obviously in this case, we're in the test environment and Chris is clearly not aroha, but this does showcase how some of the alerts you may see will appear. For example, in the alert section up the top, we can see it is a fail and that some of the information doesn't match confirmed information, and that there are matches for the politically exposed persons list. If we scroll down further, we can see that the one match confidence is 9.63%, meaning Chris is not a close likeness to the image in the identification. Assessment 1 confirms the match is under the 50% likeness threshold. Assessment 2 states the SmartID is not verified, which, given we're running a sandbox inquiry, is expected. And Assessment 3 passes. Assessment 3 is checking landmarks on the identification itself to confirm validity, looking for things like placement of the flag on a New Zealand driver's licence, that the text fields are present and in the correct locations, and for other specific markers, which could be holographic overlays, watermarked images, and other identifying ID type specific security measures. Next, in the SmartID results, we can see the verifications aren't complete as mentioned. In a live inquiry, you'd expect most of these, if not all, to be green. We can also see the video file and even play it to see the client in motion. We can see here Chris is very good at following instructions and can also be confirmed it is as alive, which is one of the anti-fraud measures. In the ID information section, we see the details and image of the identification used, so the user can make their own assessment as well if required, and the final section is the data section, which shows a breakdown of the FinPower Connect details versus the scanned details direct from the identification. In the real world, unless the client is completing the inquiry right in front of the lender, they may not need to use the Update Status button. These requests are also updated by the Pending Services wizard. The inquiry is saved to the client logs to be accessed and viewed at any time, like so. And a task is loaded for the user to review via Task Manager, once the report has come back to complete the overall process flow. In terms of configuration to start using SmartID with biometric verification, once you're appropriately licensed for the product with Centrix, there is nothing further to do in FinPower Connect, provided the cost center is already set up with the Centrix user credentials, etc., which in most cases, if they're already a mutual client of Centrix and Intersoft, it will be. So on that note, we'll cover some more information from Centrix Direct. You may wish to know what the ID itself is being tested against. Centrix use databases to confirm the validity of the identification and addressing information, such as the Land Information New Zealand database for property ownership, databases for ID verification of government-issued identification, such as Waka Kotahi NZTA for New Zealand driver's licenses, or Te Tarito Whenua, the Department of Internal Affairs, issued passports, and the Accurus database to check if the applicant is on the list of politically exposed persons. In order to utilise this fantastic new service, Centrix advised the following. For existing customers, a variation to their subscriber agreement is necessary. For the request that is sent out, customers need to supply their own privacy consent wording. Centrix can also customize the request formats to apply the lender's own branding, which can be detailed on the setup form. Contact your Intersoft dealer for more information and to complete the setup form, discuss branding requirements, pricing and configuration. Or visit www.centrix.co.nz/SmartID.